fill up with these articles and defini here. Just check if you have understood the concept of the last class. So it says complétez avec l'article indéfini. So you need to identify what is. Can one of you answer? What's l'article indéfini? Which are the words? It's already there. You can see on the left. You could see l'article défini, and to the right you could see les articles indéfinis. Then éloigné and D. So you are asked to fill up with one of these forms here. So the first sentence say marché. So what would be the answer?
Oh,
Um,
UN.
Marché is a masculine word. Even though it ends with E, it's a masculine word. So it's going to be okay, zoo again it's going to be in zoo because it's masculine. Restaurant again it's a masculine word. So the answer will be union. Hospital also is a masculine word. Whereas the last word family, what's the gender of family? Family.
Feminine.
Feminine. So the feminine is going to be UNE. Correct. So c'est un marché, it's a market. C'est un zoo, it's a zoo. C'est un restaurant, it's a restaurant. C'est un hôpital, it's a hospital. C'est une famille contente, it's a happy family. Right. Okay, so this is what we did last class. We learned about definite and indefinite articles. So now today we'll switch over to today's content. Now we are going to learn about a new set of verbs. Yes. So we are going to learn about these words today. We call them as pronouns sujet. Let me read it out for you once. So the meaning is given also. Just concentrate on the French words. Je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. Right? Je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. So these are the 8 words that you are going to learn today. And we call those 8 words as les pronouns sujets. On other hands, in English, we call it as the personal pronouns. Right? So these are the personal pronouns that you should know to start a conversation. Let me read it once again for you. Je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. Right. The meaning is mentioned here, and we'll have to categorize the first four as a singular form. Right. When I say I, it's singular, and its corresponding plural form will be nous, which is we. And tu is singular, whereas vu is plural. So il is singular, il is plural, and al singular and al plural. So the first four are the singular forms, and the last four are the plural forms. Okay. So now you can see that we have two forms of they. Can you guess now why? I've already given the word behind beside. One is used for masculine, the other one is used for feminine. So when you are addressing a group like they, when you're calling someone they, if that group is fully masculine, you address them as il, ils. If it's feminine group, it will be ell, es. Right? And also you can see there are two forms of you. One is tu and the other is wu. So you can notice that this two forms of you, it's also seen in your mother tongue. Don't you have it? You don't address your father and your younger brother the same way, isn't it? There's a difference, right? You is used as singular form, informal when you're addressing your friend or someone younger. Yes, whereas you use it as the formal conversation when you're addressing someone elderly or some stranger, or you're addressing a group of people, right? So it's also for the respect form. So that's the difference between the two yous and two theys. Got it? Okay. So now, any question, any doubt here? Am I clear? Fine. So these are the pronunciation. Now the next question. A new set of words. Sorry. Another new set of words. We call them as verbs. Yes, can I read? Yes.
Ma'am, could you please speak a bit louder, ma'am? Like we are hearing the background noises.
Yeah, we are having many classes going on here. Okay. So we have the words like arriver, rentrer, adorer, fêter, parler, présenter, regarder, donner, rester, téléphoner, monter, demander, danser, chanter, manger, écouter, jouer, aimer, détester, acheter, aider. Right? So these are few new words. We call them as verbs. Right? So in the previous class we have learned about a list of words called nouns, names of objects, things, place, person, etc. So today it's a new list of words. We call them as the action words, and we call them as verbs. Right. So when we are learning about verbs, apart from learning the new spellings and the meanings, you need to know something specific about the verbs in the language. These verbs we call them as the ER verbs. We call them as the ER verbs. Could one of you guess why we call it as ER verbs?
Ends with er, ma'am.
Yes, exactly. All the verbs that I read out right now, they all end with er, so we call them as er verb. So basically, in the language, the verbs are grouped under three groups. The first group is the er group with the endings, and the other set of verbs they'll end with re. We call them as the re group, and we have a third group which ends with ir. So now let's concentrate on the ER group of verb which end with ER. Next question. So why is it categorized under groups? Why can't we simply have a list of verbs? Why do we call them as ER verbs? That's the question. Yes. So now let me try answering to that question. Have a look at these sentences. Let me give you the English version. Got it. So here, just observe the sentences in English that I put. Just see the verb. Just have look at the verb used in the sentence. I watch a film. You watch a film. We watch a film. They watch a film, etc. Just see. Is there any change in the spelling of the word of the verb watch in English? No. Right. But you see the same sentence in French on the other side. You see the different spellings of watch. Can you observe it? So it's regard, tu regarde, nous regardons. So the verb, the spelling of the verb has completely changed in French language. Can you observe it? So this is why we are going to learn the verbs under three categories. The verb in French language is not the same. The spelling is not going to be the same throughout. According to the subject in the sentence, the spelling of the verb also will change. So there are so many verbs in the language and it's not going to be so easy to learn the entire spelling, right? So for that, to make it easier, what they do is they group the verbs under three groups, and they set of rules and apply each set to each group. That's all, right? So today we are going to learn about the ER group of verbs and the rules that apply for this group of verbs. Shall we? Okay. So now, let me just conjugate a verb called. Shall I conjugate demanding? Now let's see the different spellings of demanding. So for that, I need to know about the subjects that I've already introduced to you. Je, tu, il, elle. So personal pronouns. So according to these personal pronouns, the verb is going to change. So now let's see the change. So the change happens only at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the ending er by certain endings. Just have er, I'll add e. I'll add es. E. And just have a look at the different spellings of the verb demand, which means ask. So I've replaced the ending by e here for je. When it comes to tu, I'm changing it to es. For il, I'll change to e, and for al, I'll replace the ending by an e. For nu, I replace the ending by ons. For u, it's ez. For il and al, it's ent. Yes. So this is the rule that I was talking about. These are the endings. The endings are the rules. So I'll put the endings separately. So you need to just remember these endings clearly and in the same order of the pronouns. Just need to the end. That's all. So this change in the ending with these endings will happen for all the ER verbs that we've been seeing right now. So I'll just mention a few ER verbs in the list. There are a lot more ER verbs. I'll just take a let. I've just put some examples for you, right? So you now see the verb is read like je demande, tu demandes, il demande, elle demande, nous demandons, vous demandez, il demande, elle demande. So the meaning will be like ask. He asks. Correct. You see the different spelling of ask and French. So as I said, the change happens only at the end. So if you remember the endings, that will be enough. So the different. Any doubt here so far?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So let me do one more verb for you. Let me do abiti. Let's just see the different spellings of abiti. I want you to practice it in your notebook for another 4 or 5 verbs to get familiar with the situation. So here again it's going to be theory, so this is how we conjugate the verb abite. Abite means live, right? Habite, to live. So you see the different spellings. So it's I live, you live, he lives, she lives, we live, you live, they live, etc. So here in this particular sentence, let me explain a point. It is actually je habite because of the beginning. The word habite is beginning with H mute like a vowel. It's a silent. We just drop the E and we put an apostrophe. So this concept we already saw in the word like le, and the word called la again changed L apostrophe. So now we are seeing another word that changes to J apostrophe when it meets a vowel. So this apostrophe is not used wherever the vowels meet. It's only applicable for 5 words. And now I'm showing you the first 3 words. The next two will I'll add it as you come across such words. Fine. So now it's read like Jabit, Jabit, tu habites. Just see H is silent. Il habite, elle habite, nous habitons, vous habitez, ils habitent, elles habitent. So it's I live, you live, etc. I can extend the sentence further like j'habite à Vellore. I live in Vellore. J'habite à Tokyo. You can add n number of any cities and I can extend the sentences further. Okay. Delhi. Like you can add on any city and you can make the sentence. This is how you convert, you extend the sentence. Sorry, we have already learned about the nouns. right? You can just add any noun and you can make your sentence more meaningful. So now j'habite à Vellore. I've made a sentence which means I live in Vellore. Tu habites à Tokyo. You live in Tokyo. Il habite à New York. He lives in New York. Elle habite à Pondicherry. She lives in Pondicherry. Nous habitons à Chennai. We live in Chennai. Vous habitez à Paris. You live in Paris. Ils habitent à Delhi. They live in Delhi, etc. You can just extend the sentences by adding any noun. Yes. So this is how you conjugate a verb. This is how you change a verb according to the subject. Right. So that's how we saw the word regarder, the different spellings. Je regarde un film. I watch a movie. You watch a movie. We watch and they watch. So I can here also I can extend it by like je demande une. I ask a question, right? This il demande a book. Likewise, you can add any noun to it and make your own sentence. Any question? Is it clear? Any questions from your side?
Clear, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, let me just try one more verb with you. And so just see how I'm doing the same with another verb. So I'm just putting it again and again so that you will try after the class. Try for any other verb and learn the endings thoroughly. So the different spellings of like or love. So it's j'aime, tu aimes, il aime, elle aime, nous aimons, vous aimez, ils aiment, elles aiment. J'aime, tu aimes, il aime, elle aime, nous aimons, vous aimez, ils aiment, elles aiment. So I love, you love, he loves, she loves, we love, you love, they love, etc. Right? So what I have done is I've replaced the er by these endings. That's all. Fine. Okay, let me extend it. J'aime la musique. One of you tell me what's the meaning of this? J'aime la musique means?
I love music.
Yes, I love the music. I love the music. Tu aimes le film? So you like the film. Il aime la plage. So he likes the beach. She likes the ice cream. We like les nous aimons les professeurs. Vous aimez les fruits. You like the fruits. Just see, I'm adding some noun and making a complete sentence. They love mangoes. Apples is poem. As I'm the poem. They love apples. So I've changed it to a sentence. J'aime la musique. I like the music. Tu aimes le film. You like the film. Il aime la plage. He likes the beach. Elle aime la glace. She likes the ice cream. So it can be either like or love. Okay. Nous aimons les professeurs. We like the teachers. Vous aimez les fruits. You like the fruits. Ils aiment les mangues. They like the mangoes. Elle aime les pommes. They like the apples. So, and now this is all affirmative sentence, right? So it's not that you always like something. Sometimes you don't like it. Right? So how do I say I don't like? I don't like. So for that you need to know about the negative word which is not. I do not like the music. So now let's see the negative part of it. Yes. So even before doing that, let me do for this particular verb. Yes, so let me show you how to make it negative. What do I do is I add the word ne and pas. Now the sentence is negative. I do not watch a film. Right now, let me show it another slide so that it would be more clear for you. So here you can have a look at a verb in the negative form. Can one of you guess what is parley? Parley?
Speak.
To speak, yes, to speak. Now I put to speak in the negative form. To speak is a ER verb. I've changed the endings. Right? I've replaced the ER endings by the endings we learned just now. And to change it negative, I simply added the word no before and after. That's all. So now, je ne parle pas. I don't speak. Tu ne parles pas. You don't speak. Il ne parle pas. He doesn't speak. Elle ne parle pas. She doesn't speak. Nous ne parlons pas. We don't speak. Vous ne parlez pas. You don't speak. Ils ne parlent pas. They don't speak. Elle ne parle pas. They don't speak. That's all. So the negation not here in French has got two words, ne and pas. It should be used some together, right? Ne before the verb and pas after the verb. Any doubt? So the negation is ne pas. Right. So now let's apply this ne pas in the sentences that we have framed right now. Shall we? Any further question on the slide? Okay, learn the spelling. It's N-E, no, and P-A-S, pa. Okay, now let's apply it here where we made sentences with like. So what I do is this je will take back its E and here it will be NE. Like the music. But here another slight change is that this NE is the fourth word which drops its E and takes an apostrophe when they meet a vowel. Je n'aime pas la musique. I don't like the music. So again it's going to be N apostrophe throughout for this particular word because it's beginning with vowel. So let me end it here. I was showing you the five words. Just a minute. Yeah, here it is. So here, let me add the fourth word, which takes an apostrophe when it meets with a vowel. Alright? So now takes an apostrophe when it meets a vowel. So here I'm going to add an apostrophe throughout for the verb aimer. So je n'aime pas la musique. You can see I'm adding an apostrophe because aimer is a word which begins with vowel. He doesn't like the beach. She does not like the ice cream. We don't like the teachers. Is the point clear? This is a scopus generalizer which I am talking about, and change the entire list of sentences to negative by adding no and pa. You shouldn't add no and pa anywhere in any other part of the sentence. It's always no before and pa after the verb. So now all the sentences are in the negative form. So same I can do here, but here it will be simply no. I don't use apostrophe. So I don't ask a question. You don't ask. See how I'm changing. He doesn't ask. Doesn't ask for a book. Yes, you can change it. That's it. So this is about framing affirmative and negative sentences. So I'll stop here. If you have any questions, you can ask. You just log in and it will show all the details about the list of journals. This is an NC also. You can also get the column where you can submit your abstract and journals where you can publish. I think I'm giving a lot.